today I treated myself to a little lay-in and I got up at 7 AM instead of 6:30. The first thing I'll do is I'll go downstairs and start getting everything ready for the day. That usually starts with the dishwasher. So here you can see me looking half asleep, but getting everything out, drying it off and just putting it all away. Not very exciting, but it's nice to have some peace before everyone else gets up. When Boo Bear comes down, she obviously needs letting out. She's getting on a little bit now, she's almost 10, and she's just going out for a little bit of a ramble and a sniff around before breakfast. I like to start my day off listening to YouTube. At the moment you can see me checking out D'Angelo Wallace as I'm getting my breakfast ready, and I'll also get Chibi Chi Juniors ready because she has school today, so we need to make sure that she's running on time, and at the moment she's still in bed, so I'm still enjoying the peace and quiet. I like to start my day with some fruit and fibre or other kind of cereal, and yes, I am an oat milk drinker. And usually I have a glass of orange juice as well, just to wash down my vitamins. So I am still half asleep here and just getting ready to start the day off. Next will be a shower. It does help to wake me up. And then you will hear me pop on Alexa to help me get in the mood to start the day. Next I have to get Chibi Chi Junior's school uniform sorted, and then get myself ready as well. Nothing like a dressy dress to help pick your mood up. Then it's on with all of the lotions and potions to help stop those wrinkles. And finally, helping to make myself look presentable in public is the makeup. Before we know it, it's time for school, so we like to walk in the mornings. We're not too far from school at all, and it's a nice time for us just to touch base and have a little chat. Once I'm home, I'm usually having to tidy up. That's the first thing that I do of my morning, because you can guarantee that either I or Mr. Chibi Chi will have left the workspace in a bit of a mess from whatever crafting or from whatever activity that we were doing the night before. Today it's actually not too bad, so it hasn't taken very long at all. Then I will boot up Etsy and check in for all my orders and do any digital proofs that have come in overnight, ready to send off to the customer so I can get them made. The next one to power up is the silver bullet cutting machine. This is what I use for all of my vinyl work. I just find that it gives a much cleaner cut than my silhouette cameo. Then I have to weed out all of the designs that I've made, and although this looks like it is a super fast process, believe me, it isn't. It does take quite a while and a lot of patience, so I usually have YouTube on the background or an audiobook. I have to measure every single design that goes on a makeup bag just to make sure that it's all in the centre. Then they are pressed, and after that they're all peeled off and ready to go. I've run out of backing cards as usual, so I need to get those done before I can actually package any of my orders. So I use the silver bullet cutting machine again for those, and it's not quite the same printing cut as a silhouette cameo. It all has to be manually lined up, which takes quite a while, but I just find that the cutting force on the machine and the accuracy is much better than the silhouettes. Once those are all done, it's time to peel off the excess, and I make all of my packaging in-house where I can, so you can see me just cutting out the holes and then stringing them all on, ready to go. And then each of these will be put through the zip on my makeup bags or on the handles for the tote bags. It's just got all of my business details on, and it just adds a nice little touch, especially if it's something that's being given as a gift, as I do get lots of repeat customers from them, which is fantastic. Favourite part of the day is snack time. Usually this happens about 11 AM. Sometimes this is my first caffeine shot of the day, and I really need a cup of tea by then. Today I've got a lovely homemade hot crust bun, and I'm going to be good and share that with Mr. Chibi Chi. Because as you can see, I like to use my spread like a topping. So you will see here that I put on one that's really thick, and that's mine, and one that's not so thick, and that's Mr. Chibi Chi's. And now you can see me back in the cabin again, working on more orders. I'm using my silhouette cameo this time. I use that for paper-based and card-based designs. I'm cutting out an Art Deco card. I like to cut multiples, and then I will keep the next one for the next order that will come in, as they're available in lots of different colorways. So you'll see me here assembling the insert and then packaging it all up, ready to go. Next I move on to packaging my makeup bags. So there's a business card, a tag, and then they go in these candy stripe bags and boxed. I am working on having some thank you notes that I can handwrite included as well. And at the end of my working morning, I like to have a bit of a tidy around because I'm not the most cleanest worker, shall we say. Things do get a bit chaotic in here, especially if I'm rushing through or if something doesn't quite go according to plan. So I'm marking off the orders that I've completed today in the pink folder, and then it's lunchtime. My final part of the working day is usually squeezing in some sketching time. So here I am working on a design for my daughter, or inspired by my daughter I should say. She is obsessed with vampires and tacos, so I am creating Count-tacular. She's very excited and she wants me to hurry up and finish this one off so she can have it printed and put up on her wall. So before I go and collect Chibi Jr. from school, I try to squeeze in the housework. Ideally, I'll get some of this done in the morning before the school run, but as you saw, I slept in later today, so it didn't happen. And then once this is all done, it means in the afternoon I can give Chibi Jr. my undivided attention. We're back from school now, and we're just running up to the post box so I can get the day's orders out. And in they go, we use the same one each day. This is my favourite part of the day. It's snack time with Chibi Jr. and a bit of The Worst Witch on Netflix. And now I've just rustled up a dinner for everybody. We've got cauliflower korma, which was much tastier than it sounds. And now we need to crack on with some reading time together. Before you know it, it's time to get Chibi Jr. ready for bed. Definitely has to have a bath beforehand. And now it's time for me to have some time all to myself. Now she's in bed and I've chosen to do some sewing tonight. So sewing just helps me relax. I haven't actually sewed that much in the last year. I find that sometimes I seem to have no motivation for it, which is an absolute shame because when I do it, I absolutely love it. So here you can see me making a little earphone keeper because I am forever losing mine. So hopefully this will make sure that I don't seem to misplace it so much and it's easy to grab out of my handbag. And now I'm done with my sewing, I am going to come up to my beautifully decorated bedroom and just relax for the evening. So how pretty are those lights? And I'm going to put on a lovely scented candle. It's one of my favourites. It's from the Lily Flame Company and it's called Gardenia. So I will just pop that on, excuse the lovely dressing gown, and now a cup of tea, some cookies and Netflix time.